Hi, this is Porky, and welcome back to the final episode of my trilogy of reviewing the new Doctor Who novelizations for the 60th anniversary, and this one is the Giggle. Now, before I get any further, there are major spoilers for the Giggle, and in some respects, this book as well. Just advance warning, and also while you're here, please like and subscribe for more content. Anyway, let's have a look at this. So I'm going to talk about the things that I do like and some things that I don't like, and it's just going to be more like an audio episode, really. But I will be picking up the book on occasion and just flicking through it just to illustrate a point. Anyway, like the other two. So first of all, the first thing that I liked was Charles Banerjee's nostalgia. So Charles Banerjee is the person who walks into the toy shop right at the beginning. He's mentioned in the first chapter, so which is entitled "Move One," and we have Charles Banerjee there. I should say, oh, that's my bookmark. That this book is a beast. It is literally cover to cover. And yeah, it is hefty. It's 200 and something pages or something like that. Yeah, 217, 18, 19, 20, 220 pages, which is significantly longer than the others. And also, this is the same with all of them. They've got a list of the new Doctor novelizations in the front. They also have the changing face of Doctor Who. The cover illustration of this book portrays the 14th Doctor Who, whose physical appearance mysteriously resembles that of his 10th incarnation. Yeah, so that's all things. This one's dedicated to the losers. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So Charles Banerjee has nostalgia when he enters the toy shop. So there's a train running around a circuit that looks like one he had as a boy. And there's also a toy coffin shaped like his father's as he gets close to reading the nameplates before he's interrupted by the toy maker. So yeah, but we'll get onto that later. There's a reference to Liberation of the Daleks. Actually, several. Or it could be Destination Skyro. It mentions that he had fought, as soon as he regenerated, he fought the Daleks and then went on to the Meep and so on. So that is either Liberation of the Daleks or Destination Skyro, or both. You never know. But I like that reference, and it sort of ties the whole sequence together really seamlessly. Destination Skyro doesn't have a novelization, I should say, which is a shame. I would have expected one in the Star Beast, because that's the logical place to put one, and other minisodes have been novelized as sort of prologues and things like that. So the Christmas Invasion has Born Again as a sort of prologue, which is nice, but yeah, that's missing, and it's sort of a bit might be as an epilogue to Power of the Doxy if that comes out as a novelization. But anyway, so so there are games in this book, and we're going to get onto the reason why in a minute. Well, actually, I'll tell the reason why now. The toy maker is telling the narrative, so when it's with bits with the toy maker, it's reference. He speaks in first person, and he said, "I saw Donna running," or whatever. So that's quite nice. But there are games in here. Let me just show you. So where have we got? Move 5 is a game. You're inside the brain of the President of the United States. Can you find your way out? Please pause if you want to do any of these. Move 9 as well. I can spot 2 words. Anyway, and there are a couple of others, but really little ones. So there's one here, and there's one sort of towards the back-ish. Here we go. which I think that's very fun. That is really fun, actually. So I like those. Something else that I wasn't expecting to find. Actually, there is another game in it, but I'll get onto that. Yeah, one thing that I wasn't expecting to find was an emoji. I am not even kidding. So let's see if we can find that. So it's at the start of one of the chapters. It's the eyes looking sideways, if that makes sense. And I think it's meant to be. There you go. So I think that's meant to be sort of comments by the toy maker, because he has these little comments sort of ruffled about in the narrative and things like that before it's actually revealed that he is the narrator, which is sort of about a third or a quarter of the way through. And there you go. I like that. I like that a lot. I love the way that he's the narrator in this. Other things that I like, there's a reference to Kate meeting the Doctor for the first time. And it's the fourth Doctor, I think, because he offers her some sweets. And he refers to the Brigadier as Alistair. And I'm fairly sure that the third Doctor only refers to the Brigadier as Brigadier. But I'm not entirely sure about that. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, so now on to another game in the book, because it is a really fun book to read. There's an attempt to turn it into a Decide Your Destiny book, what is it, Fighting Fantasy, but without the dice or whatever. Let's find that. So the scene in the episode itself is one where the Doctor and Donna get lost in the toy maker's realm. And here we go. So there are some moves that take you to various points in this sort of section, but a couple that take you all the way back to the beginning. So there you go to move 7, which is right at the front. So the front there. But there's also a sort of cheaty one, which is like a sort of wink to the reader here, and that sends you to the end. So that's really fun. And I haven't actually played it. I cheated. I just read straight through, but it's up to you how you read it. I'm not going to tell you how to read it, because I might read it again using that methods, see how lost I get. But it's sort of, if you do decide to play it that way, then it might be actually quite fun, and really brings you into the story in a really nice way. There's a really funny interaction with a copyright lawyer over Spice Up Your Life. So Spice Up Your Life was, of course, the big musical number in the episodes. And I think there might be a grain of truth to this, because there's a copyright lawyer who just pops into the narrative, and she says to the narrator, the toy maker, it looks as if you're about to use copyright music, and he argues that he is the one behind that music. And yeah, long story short, he doesn't get to use it, but there are subtle references to it a little bit later on. Well, perhaps not so subtle. But in the actual chapter, he's just singing the la 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 la. There you go. So, I mean, there are some bits like this that are just really fun just to read. Yeah, there's one here with the regeneration, which is nice. There are a couple of bits actually that are confusing with this kind of storytelling. So there's one where both Doctors are speaking at the same time. There you go. So how do you read that? Do you read it like that or like that? Personally, I read it like that, so failing to read it like that. But yeah, again, I'm not going to tell you how how to read it. It's up to you how you want to read it. Um, Oh, this is called back to the Star Beast novelization. Target smells. Is referenced in the Star Beast that the target smells of eucalyptus and mint. It smells here as well, but of something else. I can't remember what now. But I quite like that. And then right towards the end, we have a fleeting reference to the Wombles, which I think is just a sort of another wink to the reader about the late great Bernard Cribbins, who was, of course, a staple of Doctor Who, and his part is actually enlarged in this. Not very much, but he gets a very small speaking bits right at the end of the book with the moles, which I really like, and and then the house that they all gather at the end. Watching the episodes, I thought it was Donna's, but it's not. It's the Doctor's. He bought it with units. The novelization reveals this. He bought it with units money, so after refusing to pay for so long, it was all just stored in the bank accounts basically, and he contacted the unions asking for access to the bank accounts to buy this actually quite expensive house out in the country, and he just invited Donna and Mel and Donna's family there to just spend time with him. And I think that's quite nice. It's sort of the Doctor readjusting to just a normal life and to live out his retirement. And yeah, I really like those things. Anyway, so I said this in the description of the Star Beast, but I'm going to say it again here, actually on camera, because these are the last novelizations that Anthony Dry has illustrated, and he is a fantastic illustrator. As you can see, he's done all of the new Target range, basically all the new bits. Of course, the full list is here. And yeah, these are the last bits he's done, and in the style of the old novelizations. And yeah, thank you for adorning our Target's novels, and they look fantastic. But yeah, it's sad that he's not doing them anymore. But I'm not going to stop him from retiring, of course. And I wish him a very peaceful retirement from this range. Okay, what next? I'm going to talk about what next. So, Shruti Gatwa's first story has also been novelised, The Church on Ruby Road. And am I going to do a review of that? I don't know. I'm going to wait until it comes out in paperback, because I prefer paperbacks to hardbacks, to be honest. I much prefer paperbacks to hardbacks. But if there's something that's only available in hardback, such as this one, then I will buy it in hardback. It's not too much of a biggie, but yeah, there you go. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Oh no, I think that a lot more stories are going to be novelized in the future. So, what do I want novelized? I want Midnight to be novelized. I think that might be interesting, to say the least. Silence of the Library for Us to the Dead, I quite like to read that as well, and things like that. And I'm hoping that one day the whole of the new series will be novelized. I can only hope, though. But at least we have at least one novelization for each Doctor. But not each series. So I'm missing some from David Tennant's tenure, especially with seasons 2 and 3. But I think with the sort of Stephen Moffat's era, the plot points get really complicated, and that might be complicated for novelizations as well. So you have to publish them in a certain order. But that's fine. I'm sure they'll get around to it eventually. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you again for another video in a couple of weeks' time. It's Doctor Who related again, but it's not a book. It's one that I'm actually very pleased to have found. But yeah, you'll see that when you get to it. Thank you very much for watching, and stay nerdy. Bye.